quickest it has been done in Halo history. As you welcome me inside our Santa Monica studios, Kent French. That is Bobby Valentine. When you have two position players finish the game, you know it wasn't a very entertaining game, and it wasn't entertaining for these Halos. But we will lead with Mike Trout tonight, certainly back in the lineup, which is such a good sign for the Angels. His first series was the first game of this 10-game road trip in Detroit. Had 3 hits over the weekend, but he comes up big in the 6th. The first long ball since coming back. We've been waiting for it. He's been due, and he hit a long way tonight.
Yeah, and, you know, these great players, they get to the 99, you know, the 1,499, and then, boom, they do something special, like hit a home run for their 1,500th hit. Yeah, Michael, it's as special a player has ever played, and here he gets a slider that's up. That's been very successful this year against right-handed hitters, but this one might have
hit way up in the catwalk. That was an absolute missile, 108 miles an hour off the bat, but it mentioned 1,500 career hits, all as a Halo. 25th home run, 4,956 career ABs. This is the beginning of hitting some more home runs. As I mentioned, his first since July the 8th. On the hill, Jose Suarez, he has been dominant in his last 4 starts, 3-1. But coming into this one, we were hoping for more. He was on a little bit of a roll. He had a stretch of 23 innings without an earned run. He was looking very good, very confident. He had that today, but in spurts. He couldn't put it all together.
Yeah, it was a well-pitched game. He competes very well. His repertoire can get...
Yeah, at one point in time, we mentioned striking out 5 in a row. He'd retire 9 straight. His numbers would read as this: 5 1/3, 3 earned runs, 8 hits, didn't walk a batter. He did have the command, 5 strikeouts, 90 pitches on 58 strikes. As we take our first time out here on Angels Live from our Santa Monica studios, when we do come back, continue to talk about a frustrating night in St. Pete, as it is top spot in the AL wildcard. As we welcome you back inside our Santa Monica studios, Bobby Valentine alongside Kent French. The top story surrounding the Angels today, of course, the news released by Arte Moreno through the Angels that he will begin the process of exploring the sale of the Angels organization. He and Carol purchased the team back in 2003 from the Walt Disney Company, and this is the statement that was released this morning by the Angels. It's been a pleasure and a great honor to own the Angels for 20 seasons. As an organization, we've worked to provide our fans an affordable and family-friendly ballpark experience while fielding competitive lineups, which included some of the game's all-time greatest players. And it goes on to say, although this difficult decision was entirely our choice and deserved a great deal of thoughtful consideration, my family and I have ultimately come to the conclusion that now is the time. Throughout this process, we will continue to run the franchise in the best interest of our fans, employees, players, and business partners. Certainly coming as a surprise to many of us, including the players in the clubhouse. This is what Mike Trout had to say about the news.
Looking back, obviously, I've been here my whole career. You know, I had some great times, you know, with Artie. You know, he took care of me, my family. I appreciate what I've always done for me. And, you know, it's, you know, I guess he's moving on.
It might be hard to answer this at the moment, but you've been the face of this team for a long time. Long term, short term, what do you want to see from the Angels?
You know, like I said, like I'm just still starting to process everything. You know, I think you know, once we find out who you know, who buys it, who purchases it, and whenever that is, that's definitely conversations you're gonna have to have. So.
I think Mike echoes the sentiments of many of us, just still processing the information. But as we do that, we look on the legacy that is the Morenos and what they have been able to do with the Angels over the last 20 years. I mean, it starts with the Baseball Foundation that was established in 2004 and the scholarship program that was established in 2016 by Artie and Carol, doing so much great work for the community. But then on the field, Bobby, you got to look at the 6 AL division titles, 3rd most wins by an American League team in that 20-year span, only second to the Red Sox and the Yankees. I mean, pretty impressive run that they were on, and 17 straight seasons with over 3 million fans. A lot to be proud of over this the run that they had.
A spectacular run. You know, when you count up all the wins, 1,599 and counting. That's as many wins, as Frenchie said, of all other teams in the American League other than the very well-known Yankees and Red Sox. Hey, the little successes over the 20 years have overcome any obstacles that they had faced during that time. Great job in the community. Great job for Major League Baseball.
Oh, we'll see how this continues to unfold in the days, weeks, and months to come. One of those players, all-time players that Arte was referencing, of course, Mike Trout, who hit the big home run tonight, and Shohei Ohtani. Good news for Angels fans. He got the start after getting kind of a day off yesterday. He had that stomach virus. He was pulled from the game on Sunday, had a pinch hit last night, but it was a regular start at the DH position for Shohei. Had a base hit tonight. Looks like he's going to be all right.
He can recover and he can succeed. He'll be okay. He'll be on the mound before the weekend's over, and he's due for some really big hits because, remember, he's driven not only to be a great teammate, but to be a great player. And to get back in the saddle tonight, he gets his base hit. It looked like he was running really smoothly, had no problem swinging the bat. So all good days ahead.
He is truly unlike any other player in baseball. And as Bobby said, he is scheduled to still pitch and start on Saturday in Toronto. As we're taking the day off, we should take a day off maybe in a few, but let's take a timeout. How's that sound? Take a timeout here on Angels Live Postgame. Don't go anywhere. Not a day off yet for you. When we do come back, though, of course, by the numbers. You're wondering, where did all those runs come from? Well, this was a close game, 3-1 after 6, but the Rays will score 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Corey Kluber solid, picking up his 8th win, going 6 innings of 1-run baseball. Taylor Walls, 2 big hits. Isaac Paredes, of course, had that solo home run, going 1 for 3. Let's get some reaction on this one right now. Erica Weston standing by with Phil Nevin talking about Jose Suarez.
That one kind of got away from you guys there. I'll start with your starter, 5 1/3 from Suarez. What did you see on the mound from him today?
Pitched well enough for us to win a game. I mean, he really did. I mean, it's without his best stuff to get into the 6th inning. He had one rough one where it was all ground balls. He was putting them on the ground, but I think he would tell you he didn't have his best stuff, but to pitch into the 6th and only give up 3, to me, that's given us a chance to win a game. But we're just not scoring enough.
Is that a sign of the maturity that you're seeing from him this season, particularly since after the All-Star break?
Absolutely. You know, he continues to impress me. I mean, you're going to have games where you give up some runs, and like I said, he put them on the ground. They hit a couple balls hard, but that's going to happen. It's the big leagues, and he's putting them on the ground, and just we're in between our defenders. And well, like I said, he pitched well enough to give us a chance to win if our offense is doing what we're capable of.
Mike Trout's home run, 25th of the season. It's also his 1,500th career hit. He's the fastest Angel to get to that landmark. I guess fitting that it came with such an exclamation point with that long home run.
Yeah, he looks really good. I think each day you see the timing a little better. His approach is always good. He understands what the guy's trying to do to him, and the swing decisions have gotten better each day, and then to see him get into one like that was good.
Other than Trout, what did you think of the quality of the at-bats of the rest of your guys tonight?
I mean, we're just struggling, you know, quite a bit of the guys, and you know, I think we hit some balls hard through the top of the lineup here and there, but for the most part, we're struggling offensively, especially the bottom of that order, and you know, you have to be consistent through the entire lineup, and we're just not right now.
Chavez is pitching so well with Atlanta. What are you kind of seeing from him so far with you guys?
I mean, a little bit of bad luck, but today he fell behind some hitters, and you know, the ball hitting the gap. The ball was hit pretty hard. His pitch count got up there. I just don't want to leave him out there, and you know, I'm going to need guys the next couple days. Going into Toronto, I didn't want Q needed some work. He hadn't pitched in a week, and I didn't want him to go more than 20 really. But him coming out with his velocity to where it was, 95, 96, was a good sign. And you know, we're good out in the pen tomorrow and Thursday, it looks like.
Was Gosselin just volunteering, or how'd you kind of pick who was going to go out there that way?
Process of elimination there, but you know, a game was getting out where it was, and I didn't want Q to throw any more pitches, and certainly didn't want any of our pen guys to have to be used right there. So just got to do better throwing strikes. In spots like that, you know, you get opportunities to pitch in short little bursts, and you got those strikes. I mean, Phil threw all strikes at 50 and got 3 outs. So.
All right, Phil, thank you for the time. As we look ahead to tomorrow's probables, this is an intriguing matchup. Why? Well, Shane McClanahan has been dealing 11-5, a 2.29 ERA, but they got Mike Myers, 19th appearance. Bobby, though, his first start of the season, 4th start of his big league career. 2 of those have been openers last year, and one of them was his major league debut when he was a starter for the Cardinals against the Dodgers back in 2016. He's been good coming out of the pen in long relief. What do we expect as a starter tomorrow?
Well, Ken, what we expect is for him to go out there and kind of showcase, because as you are confused as to where he should be on this team and how he should be used, I think the organization is a little confused too. So let's give him a long look in the big league environment, and maybe we'll get a better idea on who he is.
Says he was humbled a little bit when he was sent to AAA, had 8 starts down there, and he will come up and show what he can do right now as a starter for this Angel Ball Club. As the next time you see us, it'll be right here in Santa Monica. Myself and Bobby V hanging out with you, getting ready for Game 3 of this 4-game series. Bobby's already warming up right now. He will not be taking a day